Building a modern AI app used to mean stitching together 5 different services. You needed one provider for user auth, an entirely different cluster for vector search, a third database for relational data, and WebSockets for real-time updates. It was an absolute architectural nightmare. But things have changed. In 2026, the best database for your AI app is the one that handles all of it seamlessly. Today, we are breaking down the 7 best database and backend-as-a-service platforms that combine auth, vector search, and real-time features. We'll look at the pros, the cons, and exactly when to use each one so you can launch your next AI SaaS fast. Let's dive in. Number 1. Supabase, the open source titan. First up is the heavyweight champion of backend-as-a-service, Supabase. Positioned as the open-source Firebase alternative, Supabase is built entirely on top of PostgreSQL. Vector search. It handles embeddings natively through the PG Vector extension. You can perform semantic or hybrid searches right inside your database using standard SQL or their JS client. Auth and Realtime. Because it's Postgres, you get bulletproof row-level security, RLS. This means you can secure your vector data and your real-time listeners using the exact same auth rules. When a user updates a document, your AI chat UI updates instantly over real-time broadcasts. The verdict. If you love Postgres, need solid built-in auth, and want everything in a single unified client SDK, Supabase is the undisputed pragmatic pick. Number 2. Neon, the serverless Postgres scaling king. If you want raw Postgres power but need it to scale infinitely and automatically, look at Neon. Neon is a fully serverless Postgres database that separates compute from storage. Vector search. Like Supabase, it relies on PG Vector, but Neon optimizes this for high-volume, enterprise-grade RAG pipelines, retrieval-augmented generation pipelines. Auth and Realtime. Neon doesn't provide native built-in auth like a BAS, but it integrates seamlessly with providers like Clerk or Auth0. What makes Neon insane for AI apps is its database branching feature. You can branch your production database instantly to test a new LLM embedding model on real data without breaking anything. The verdict. Choose Neon if you are building an enterprise AI pipeline that needs massive auto-scaling, instant read replicas, and isolated compute environments. Number 3. Firebase, the real-time OG with GenKit. You can't talk about backend suites without mentioning the platform that started it all, Firebase. For a long time, Firebase fell behind in the AI race, but Google has supercharged it with Firebase GenKit and Cloud Firestore vector integrations. Real-time and auth? This is still Firebase's absolute superpower. Its real-time listeners are incredibly low latency, and Firebase Auth handles millions of users easily. Vector search. Firestore now natively supports vector embeddings. Combined with GenKit, you can orchestrate your LLM prompts, store user sessions, and perform vector similarity searches entirely within the Google ecosystem. The verdict. If you are already locked into the Google Cloud ecosystem or building mobile-first AI apps that require rock-solid real-time syncing, Firebase is highly viable again. Number 4. Appwrite, the self-hostable BaaS alternative. Next up is Appwrite, another open-source backend-as-a-service that has been silently crushing it. Appwrite provides a unified console for auth, databases, functions, and storage. Appwrite's real-time API operates over WebSockets, allowing you to subscribe to any collection or document changes instantly. Its built-in auth suite supports dozens of OAuth providers out of the box. Vector search? While Appwrite doesn't have a native vector index built into its core SQL-based MariaDB database layer yet, it allows you to easily use MongoDB vector search by leveraging Appwrite functions to query an external cluster, or by deploying Appwrite self-hosted with MongoDB configured as the default primary database backend, or if you don't like MongoDB, then maybe connect custom cloud functions or Appwrite functions to sync data to external vector indices, or run lightweight semantic tools natively on their stack. The verdict? Appwrite is perfect for developers who want a beautiful Firebase-like experience but prefer a self-hostable, Docker-friendly open-source architecture. Number 5. PlanetScale, the battle-tested MySQL stack. What if your stack is strictly built on MySQL? That's where PlanetScale comes in. Built on Vitesse, PlanetScale is a serverless MySQL platform designed to handle massive data scaling without a single sweat. Vector search. MySQL historically lagged in vector support, but PlanetScale introduces optimized vector indexing, allowing you to store high-dimensional embeddings side by side with relational data. Realtime and Auth. Pair PlanetScale with an edge auth provider like Clerk, and you have an incredibly fast, horizontally scalable foundation for AI apps that rely heavily on complex relational graphs. The verdict. If your app is highly transactional and you prefer MySQL's ecosystem over Postgres, PlanetScale gives you the data branching and scale needed for modern AI platforms.
Number 6. Turso, the edge database for hyperspeed. If you are building an AI application deployed on edge networks like Vercel or Cloudflare workers, network latency is your worst enemy. Enter Turso, a distributed database built on libSQL, an open-source fork of SQLite. Vector search, Turso has native support for vector extensions. Because it's SQLite-based, your database can live right alongside your edge function. Real-time, Turso's footprint is so small that you can spin up thousands of databases, literally giving every single user or tenant their own isolated database instance for ultimate privacy and speed. The verdict? Turso is the absolute king for lightweight, hyper-fast edge applications and multi-tenant AI systems where data isolation is a critical selling point.
Number 7. Xata, the serverless data platform with built-in search. Last but certainly not least is Xata. Xata takes a completely unique approach by combining a relational database footprint built on Postgres with a built-in Elasticsearch engine. Because it natively bridges Postgres with an Elasticsearch layer, Xata gives you hybrid search right out of the box. You don't just search by vector embeddings. You can combine keyword matching, fuzzy matching, and semantic search in a single API call. Auth and Realtime. Xata offers real-time file attachments and transactions and pairs beautifully with modern JWT-based authentication layers. The verdict. If your AI application relies heavily on content-rich data, like search engines, knowledge bases, or CMS tools, Xata's built-in hybrid search will save you weeks of development time.
So, which one are you picking for your next project? If you want the ultimate all-in-one, batteries-included experience, go with Supabase. If you are building for massive enterprise scale, choose Neon. And if you're deploying straight to the edge, deploy with Turso. Drop a comment below letting me know what stack you are building your AI app on. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more clean architectural deep dives. See you in the next one.